So I want to have a little animation for a website, and it's going to have the words keep it and then clean appears as it spins around on the sphere. So how I can do this is I can go up to my window and choose the animation window. I'm going to name these layers correctly just so that I can find them a little bit easier. Trash can, sphere is okay, we've got that. And you'll notice that in my timeline, I actually see trash can and sphere. Now, starting with the sphere, I'm going to turn this down and you'll notice that I can change any of these properties: position, opacity, style, 3D object position, or camera position, etc. I'm going to go in and just state that I'm probably going to change the position. In fact, let me go ahead and put this in the position I want it in right from the beginning. I'm going to slide this down. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to change the position. I'm also going to change the opacity because I'm actually going to change it at this point. And again, you start it with where it's going to begin with. So I'll change this to maybe a 10% or so. And I also want to change the 3D object position. So I don't really know what I'm going to do yet, but I know that I will change the position. I'll probably slide this sphere down into place, have it become more opaque, and also maybe have it spin or something. In fact, right here before I leave this, you'll notice that Photoshop is making keyframes right now. It's a good idea to get my sphere facing the way I really want it to when it comes up, which is going to be the back. Okay, so now what's next? What do I want to do with the trash can? Well, let's see. I can also slide this down and I can indicate that in my trash, I am going to just change the object position. It's the only thing I'm going to do. And so in this case, I created a keyframe. And now I'll slide the current time marker out to the point or how long I want the animation to take. That's a little far out. I'm going to make this a really quick animation. So let me go ahead and pull this in just a little bit. There we go. And at this point, all I have to do is make the changes. So I'll take the trash can and maybe I'll go ahead in and spin this around. Maybe I want this trash can kind of spinning around, maybe even rolling, and then repositioning itself, whoop, back up like that. And you'll notice a keyframe has been put in place and Photoshop has recorded those movements, and they will occur from that one keyframe to the next. Next, I've got my current time marker here. I'm going to work on the sphere. So I'll make sure that I select the sphere layer. And in this case, I'm going to change the opacity to be 100%. And you'll notice immediately, if I pull this up, opacity has added a keyframe. I'm also going to change the object rotation so it's facing forward. And then I'm also just going to simply take my move tool and pull this down. Now, at this point, maybe I want to put a text layer in. So I'm going to go ahead and take my type tool. I'm going to type in keep it, select all, change the text color, slide that layer up to the top. Great. And I'll just indicate that we'll have that layer there the entire time. So if I click and I pull the current time marker back, you'll see that it remains unless I want to change the opacity of that as well. But I think we're going to keep that just the way it is. So now I'm going to test my animation. And I'm going to go ahead and close up some of these windows that I don't need. I don't really need my measurement log. I'm not measuring anything right now. So let me go ahead and just double click on the tab. And if you haven't already, make sure you click on the Go to First Frame, and then you can click on the Go button, and you'll notice that as I create this, you'll see that all of my movements have been tracked or recorded. So it's going a little slow right now because it's still rendering. You can tell by the green line that it's building the preview. I could let the whole 10-second timeline render, and then it would play back better. Also, since my animation is so short, I could put my time indicator just after my last keyframe and set the end of my work area. That way, when I export this, I can export out just the current selected frames instead of the whole timeline. But for now, I'm just going to stop the animation and just export the whole thing.